Hey, hi everybody, how's everybody doing? Sorry for the late start. I just finished downloading all the images and put them into the right folders so we can get editing as quickly as possible. But thanks again for joining me today where we edit pictures that you've submitted using Olympus Workspace for the most part. Time now I'll use Lightroom, but uh, Workspace is kind of, works with our Olympus cameras really well, or well enough. For most things. Let's see who's here. We have Neo. Oh, good to see you, Neo. Plato, Randy, Don follows. Hi. Yeah, the mic is on, right? Okay, good. And Jonas, good. Trevor, awesome. Bob, always good to see you. And let's see, Serge is here. Awesome. And Demorkan, good. All right. Dawid, good to see you. I saw a picture here. Looks like, is that a picture of you, Dawid, in here? Down here? Let me switch over. Let's just go over to that screen. This one, I think. Yeah, this screen here. So, okay. Oh, hi Deb, how are you? Good to see you. Let's go ahead and just start with the first one. Oh, Demorcon. I don't think you've ever sent anything in before, because that looks like a new name for me. So welcome to the stream. See what we have here. This is a beautiful barn with a very well manicured lawn here. Hold on. A helicopter flying over. Okay. Wow, there's not much to edit here. Let's look at the EXIF data. EM10 Mark II with a 12 to 60 Lumix. F3.5, 1/200th of a second. Or ISO 200 and 1/2000th of a second. Good, good. I'd have probably shot at f5.6 and just been at like 1/1000th of a second. Just because usually when you stop down just a little, you get a little bit more sharpness. Of course, with this lens, I don't know, maybe f3.5 is the sharpest point, but because this has amazing sharpness already. Wow, look at this lens. And we were just talking about the Panasonic lenses on Olympus cameras in the last stream, right? I was saying, well, it's not as good, but look at this. Um, Man, this looks really good. So this is nice. So I think all I'll do here is just go a 16:9 crop to start, and pull back. Yeah, maybe I don't know if the sky is more interesting or the grass. Or we'll just go right in the middle. We'll just we'll just go right in the middle like that. And I'm trying to limit these to 5 minutes per image. So I can get through these because even like 10 images, that's like an hour's worth of editing, right? So we're at 4:37 p.m. right now. So I'm going to try and do this. This one shouldn't take 5 minutes. This is a pretty solid image as it is. What would I do here creatively? Let's just add a tiny bit of sharpness, and I'm thinking either a vintage filter. Still rubbish on the TV. Just to make the picture a little more fun. Um, Let me try vintage 3. Yeah, nah. I don't see anything that would really work other than the vintage. Just like I said, it doesn't really need a vintage filter, but just to make it a little different. And then let's push and pull the shadows a little bit. Whoops, this one here. We'll add some dehaze for the sky. And just throw in a little bit of an S curve. Like so. Man, I don't even like the vintage filter on this. I think it looked really good as is. I'm just gonna add a little more contrast. And that's it, honestly. I don't see much I can do. This is already really well exposed. Maybe take out that, well, just take it in a little bit. And that's it. That's really a really nice picture, DeMarco. Just cropping it in a little bit to 16 by 9 is really all it needed. You did all the heavy lifting already, so that's a great image. I mean, I have a minute here. I can try monochrome too. And use a red filter to bring out the sky and bring out the barn. Put in more dehaze. And then a vignette. Because I mean, when you have a really good image to start with, there's not, you can do a lot of different things with it, right? This would be a really great image to do a composite too. You could like throw in maybe some geese flying overhead, like a silhouette of geese. Almost anything with this image, but yeah, it's great. It's a great image. All right, let's go to the next one. But thanks. That's a great image. But if you look at the original, man, it's already really good. All right, let's see. We have got kind of a hilly road here. Is this Bob's? Yeah, this is Bob. And let's see what you use today. Probably that 14 to 54. Yeah, at ISO 200. So Bob's really nailed the exposure really well. I mean, I would not have done anything different. Perfect exposure settings. This is already composed really well too. This little corner is a little distracting, whatever this rock is. I think just a simple dramatic tone. And then just warm it up a bit. Let's try 6500K. Ooh, maybe a little warmer, 6800. Yeah. And let's add some, let's see if the haze brings any of the clouds in a little bit. Not really. Just, yeah, I have to really crank it. Let's add some clarity. Everything off here. Add some sharpness. And I need to brighten the greens up a little bit. So they're all down in here. So maybe let me put a pin here. Just a touch. And then crop wise, I don't know if 16 by 9, if I can keep that, get this rock out, but still keep some of the Oh, your dog's head cracked. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes. Um, the only other thing might be a vertical crop of some kind, where we don't even need this road on the other side. Now it looks weird though with this. Yeah, I think that works too. Okay. I think that's it for me right here, before and after. So yeah, basically I got rid of the road on the left because it's just too weird going up a hill like that for me. I think this vertical on the right is a little bit stronger image. That hill going up on the left is just too weird. So there you have it. Yeah, I think this is a good image, just like this. And then the dramatic tone filter just makes it very punchy, right? Okay, good deal. Let's go to the next one. Um, oh, thanks, John. Yeah, the single road works, right? Um, okay, this is from Chuck Sorensen. So let's see what he did with the exposure. EM5 Mark II with a 12 to 40 Pro at f4, ISO 200, 1/400th of a second, 28 millimeters. So yeah, you guys are nailing the exposures. Luckily my walking route was on the low road. Yes. I need to work out, man. I'm so out of shape. I got to get rid of this fence here. I'm going to crop out. I don't know if I should do a vertical. These trees stumps are remotely interesting. But I think I'll just focus on the house. So let's keep it in 4x3. And since the sky is mostly, let me try 16:9 and come in. I'd like to keep this stump a little bit. Yeah, right there. Ah, all right, I gotta go black and white because there's no color except this green. I mean, maybe the gentle sepia filter. Let me look at that real quick. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna add some vignette. Get a little bit more. And let's bring some of the texture back in the house. So I'll use, usually dehaze does a good job. Do sharpness. Yeah, Lauren, I finally have an image that I think sepia works for. But not just sepia, gentle sepia. Gentle sepia works the tone curves a little bit for me. It does some of the heavy lifting. So let's work with the tone curve. A little more off the right, yeah, I think so. I wanted to save this little branch though. It's kind of, just having a broken branch next to a broken kind of house, I thought that was kind of my thinking there. See if we can really do a whack job on the tones though. back this saturation a bit. I feel like the house, I really need to get more of the house. Let me pull in the right a little bit. See. Yeah, I think that's better. Let's get rid of that. I like that branch though. Okay. All right. I think I'm done there. So let's do a before and after. Yeah, I like that. Now we can see more detail in the house, right? Whereas from where you're standing, it's a little bit too far away. So you could have zoomed in a little more because I think you were at 28 millimeters to start with. You could have zoomed in a little more without me having to crop and even saved more detail in the wood in the house and stuff. But if we just do full screen on this, I think that looks good. We were able to save a lot of the tones here. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool shot. All right, let's see. So thank you, Chuck. Let's see what we got here. Oh, a motorcycle. What is this? Oh, I think this is already framed really well. All we have to do is just give this thing some character. So dramatic tone. Man, today is like dramatic tone day. Whoops, not that one. This one. And even do more saturation, more contrast, and a little more dehaze. And let me pull the blacks in a little bit more. And pull off the too much color. Pull that off a little bit and add some add a little bit of warmth. Oh, this is a JPEG. Right there. All right, I think yellow thing is a little bit distracting, but I don't think. Maybe pull off some of this yellow. Make it a little darker. All right. Yeah, this yellow is kind of distracting my eye a little bit, but there we go. Oh, this red on the right. Yeah, you're right, Plato. You're right. I don't want to kill the red over here, so let's just do that with a brush. See if I can do that and this is going to take some hardcore editing here. Did my workspace just freeze up? Dang it. Or did my brush just not work? Hold on, there it goes. Wow, that's a whack job on that. Let me try it from here. Okay. Actually what I think I might do is brighten up the reds. Saturation and color. There we go. All right, I'm done. Other than a terrible brush job over here, I think we're okay. Just needs to render. Yeah, very subtle difference, really. Maybe, where's my saturation? I should crank that up again. I think this will be my final edit. I mean, other than if I took more than 30 seconds to do the brush job over here, it would be better. But yeah, the red here and this yellow was a little bit distracting. So just toning the yellows down and this red on this corner is all it needed. Okay, nice shot. You would have gone a touch tighter rather than brush. Maybe. Maybe. I'd have to come in off the top like this, right? Let's see. The original's a 3x2, it looks like. I mean, that's another option, right? I think that crop works too. I mean, cropping in a little more really didn't take away from the image. And then Randy was saying black and white. So let me just flop over to a dramatic tone 2 and just see what black and white looks like. Give that a second to render and we'll see. Why is it still color? Oh, there it goes. It just took longer to render. So there it is in black and white. I like the color better though. But okay, let's move on to the next one. Oh, you were joking. Okay. Oh, this is a edit of one of my images. So we'll skip this one and this one. Let me move these into, I gotta move these into here, viewer edits. All right, so we did that one, this one. Ooh, wow, this is gonna be tough. Okay, 4:58. All right, so let me see what I can do in 5 minutes. Because the lighting is all over the place. This is from Arthur. Man, this is gonna be a hard one. I gotta kill the contrast, so I'm gonna do a soft focus. And where's my contrast slider? I gotta kill some of this contrast. Oh, the EXIF, I'm sorry. This is the EM5 Mark III with the 12 to 45 f4 at f8, ISO 400, 1/80th of a second. So yeah, I would have shot this at probably f4 ISO 200, and then it'd probably still be around 1/80th of a second. But anyway, pretty close on the settings. Just a little tweak and we'd be all right. We'd be a little better. All right, so that's helped a little bit, I think. I need to bring in a little bit more of the blacks. And let me warm this image up. We need to be at about 6,000K. And I'm going to crop in a little bit to get rid of the sky that's up here. Let's try a vertical. Just come in off that sky and come over here. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of losing the ambience a little bit. What if I just did it this way? Okay. A little bit more in the blacks. A little softer. Go a little warmer. Oh. Oh, you gotta go, Lauren? Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks for dropping in. I am struggling here a little bit because there's not much going on in this image and the contrast is really rough here. And there's not much color. It's just green. So let's just go black and white. Let me see if that'll save it. No. No, green filter should soften it more. Ugh. Nah. Maybe some dehaze, some clarity. I'm trying to get a little contrast back in, but not too much. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a lighter vignette. All right, I think I'm done. That's all I can do. I'm out of time. So that's the before and after. Basically, the main thing here is just trying to reduce the contrast. Because it's just too dappley, you know? And then the sky up here is just distracting from everything else. So I cut that out and there we have it. Yeah, that was a tough one. A bleach bypass? No, that's gonna look like crap, but I'll show you. Yeah, that's pretty rough. That's bleach bypass 1. I know it hasn't rendered, but it's not going to get any better. Bleach bypass 2 is pretty soft. I'd have to really re-edit the tone curve a little bit. Let me reset this. I mean, that kind of works, but I think my soft focus filter was a little better. It killed all this high contrast stuff. But okay, Arthur, thanks for sending that one. Almost there, but it's too contrasty. This one is Dawood. Okay, So this is either dogwood or a friend of dogwood. Got some like cattails back here. The tree, this line is cutting right through your head here. I think compositionally, I think if you would have sat on this side of the bench and went a little bit lower so your head's not cut off here and caught more of the bench, so the bench kind of leads into you, or this person I should say. I think compositionally that would have been a little better. But okay, let me do a square crop on this then, because since we can't really use any of the lines. And then again, we got a bright sky up here that I'm going to cut out. I don't know if I need to keep any of that bench. Let's do that. And let's check the EXIF real quick. f2.8, ISO 200, Panasonic G81 at 1/800th of a second, 25 millimeters. Okay. Good settings. All right, let's do a black and white on this. I'm gonna put a red filter on to bring out the tones on his skin, and then I'm gonna darken the image. Red might be too much. Let's try orange. That's better. Okay, I might go back to red, but let's work with this. The haze and clarity. And yeah, I might have to go back to a red filter. There. Let me crop in a little bit more off the top. And back in this sharpness. One last thing. I'm gonna drop the exposure a little bit, then bring the shadows up again. So let me rework the tone curve. Nah. This was better. Okay, I'm done. Let's do before and after. And yeah, I think this helps a lot, right? Gets rid of all the distractions in the background, and then just focuses on the person here. I think, yeah. One last thing. I'm gonna use a red filter and just pull the shadows down a little bit more, right in here. I mean, it's very subtle. It's hard to tell on the stream, but there we go. I think final edit. Okay. Good shot, but the composition was the biggest problem in this image. Everything else was really good. All right. Oh, this is cool. Everybody likes that lens, Levante. It's not one that I own, the 7.5 fisheye. But it's cheap and it's, you know, it's a lot of fun to have. So I wouldn't hesitate to buy it at that price because I think it's like $100, give or take. This one here, let's put the gradation back in to bring up the shadows. And I don't know if I need to save that red. Let's see what dramatic tone. Wow, what is the EXIF here? Olympus 14-54 on an E5. Man, it's an old camera. I don't even know what an E5 is. F14. Why? Why F14? I would have shot this like an F8 or F5.6. But anyway, okay, that's the only problem I see here is we're at F14, so we're not getting potentially the sharpest image out of this. Oh, this is yours, Randy. Why are you at F14? Since you're here, you can explain that. Yeah, so I don't have dramatic tone really. Let's do that. I think white balance is good. Let's add some more saturation. And I'm not sure. Let me see if I can save this. I'll put a pin here. I need a lot of vignette. Because it's so bright right here. What if I go a little tighter? Yeah. It's just so bright in the foreground. And I like this shadow here. All right, what do I got color-wise? I don't have any color adjustments. I don't need to go any warmer. It's already pretty solid there. Make it crispier. It had a running electric meter on it. That's funny. Okay, I think I'm done. So there's a before and after. So yeah, I just had to get rid of all this foreground because it was too bright. In Lightroom, I would add a graduated filter or something at the bottom to darken it. But yeah, I think that's a lot more interesting image on the right. And then using auto gradation brings the shadows out nicely. All right. Cool shot, Randy. Thanks for giving me a slightly easier one. Man, sometimes you send me the hardest ones. Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys, for the comps. Yeah, it's a good shot. Ooh, let me look at this full screen. This is from Levante. So this is some kind of light painting job, right? Long exposure, then somebody's walking along the path here with a flashlight or something. I wonder, okay, so let's make this simple. We'll do a vertical. And we don't need so much sky. And let's bring the exposure down. Oh, yeah, there's no saving the highlights there. So I don't think I can do anything. This is just all way too overexposed. Happens in normal. I'm at a loss here because there's not much. Yeah, I gotta go black and white again because everything is blown out. But I can work with the black and white with just the tones. And we need to straighten this. Okay, I'm going to work on the tone curve a little bit. Yeah, I like the green in it, Levante, but I just can't save the highlights, unfortunately, with Workspace. Let me just make it a little bit punchier. I gotta put a pin here. Whoops. Oh, actually, let me go back to the color. Nah, I don't like it. I'm gonna stay with monotone. Okay, that's all I can do. This one's hard because there's just too much. This is just blown out and then everything else is silhouetted out, so there's not a lot to work with right there. But that's the before and after, but I think going vertical makes that the center here a little bit more dramatic. It's just too wide for this kind of shot because there's nothing else in the background. I mean, I'm all for negative space, but this is probably a little better to go vertical. You know, portrait instead of landscape. That's really the main thing. And then the processing, I like the green, but I don't think it works well with that sky. But okay, let's move on. Time is up. Oh, you didn't do the walking. It was somebody else there. Not bad. That was a good capture then, considering what you're saying. And that's what I mean. A lot of times there's pictures that you really like yourself that other people won't like too much. Like I wasn't crazy about that shot, but because you were there and you knew what it took to get that image, you can appreciate it more, right? Than I ever could. But okay, yeah, Ferraris always make me smile, you know. This is easy. Cars always look good with a dramatic tone filter. Man, every image is like dramatic tone today. But I can't help it. It's just, it is what it is. And do a 16:9 crop. Come off the back a little bit. So we have a little more symmetry front to back. And add some vignette. Let's darken it a little bit. And I don't need to do much on the tone curve. Maybe I'm just trying to bring some of the highlights back in. Let's add some more saturation. I think that's it. Let's look at the before and after. Yeah, let me see your cars. If you got some cool cars, send them in. There we go. Just a crop and dramatic tone filter, basically. And then try to save the highlights a little bit. But that's all it needed. Compositionally, you know, it'd have been nice if it was like in a field or a meadow or something, or on a track, but kind of parked in front of somebody's house. Kind of taking away a little bit from the image overall. But okay, let's move on. I think, yeah, it's a cool shot though. Who sent this one in? John? Oh, John Follow sent this in. Yeah, a little tight in the back, but it's kind of an illusion. I think I did even it out pretty well, the space here to here. I mean, I was thinking about just cropping in maybe just on the cockpit, right? Like something like this. But I think it looked better. I think seeing the whole car is better. Like that. All right, let's move in. Next one. Oh, this is cool. A little bit motion blur or out of focus though. So easy fix though, right? Soft focus filter and a little bit of a tilt this way. And some vignette. And then we'll add some light back in. Yeah, sepia will look good too, right? But let me just stay with the color. Did I darken this already? No, let me darken this a little bit. If there's any, because I wanna get a really I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I wanted to kind of silhouette the back and just have the highlights in. Let's see if I can do that with this tone curve a little bit. Maybe about right there. Okay. And I can recompose just a little bit. Oh, the EXIF, sorry, Bob. EPM2 with the Lumix 20mm f1.7 at f2, ISO 200, 1/100th of a second. So good settings, but I don't know why you misfocused. I just don't understand where the focus point is. Oops. Let's warm it up a little bit. Oh, this is a JPEG. No wonder I can't bring in the highlights. I was trying to save the highlights in the window. Yeah, struggling. Yeah, struggling for light a little bit. But there's plenty right here. I think, yeah, it's a tough shot. If you're doing this quick, it's a tough shot. I'm just gonna eyeball like a sepia real quick. Let me go back to color. Yeah, sepia works. And then let me pull the blacks in now. Right about there. Okay. Let's do a before and after. Yeah, I like that. I tried to add some negative space with the silhouetting a little bit. And then vignetting and stuff. And then the sepia, I think, yeah, really sets the tone for the image overall. I think the only other thing that might work is just a different crop, like square crop, and just not dealing with a lot of the issues in this image. I think that works too. I mean, I like the vertical, but I think the square crop works better. It focuses more on the silhouetting and the sewing machine and everything. All right, nice image though, really nice. Who is that, John? You'd say, oh, you're here. Yeah, I like the square crop better. I think that's more vintage too, just going square as well. Okay, let's see what else we got. And let's do the EXIF again. So this is, I don't know what this is. This must be a compact camera or a cell phone, but it's ISO 64 at f3.5, 1/60th of a second, 6.3 millimeters. So it looks like it's a pocket camera of some kind. From Paula. Oh, thanks, John. I'm glad you liked that one. Yeah, that came out good. I liked it too. Do we have something, some big giant rock here under the water? I like the vertical composition, but I'm not sure about. It's just very flat. There's some kind of stuff standing up here. So this is the subject. So let's go with a very, very tight crop here. If I stay vertical, let's do that. Let me warm it up before I do anything else. Just trying to. I'd like a little more color contrast against this green. Let me dehaze it some. Bring the exposure down a tad. And I don't know if soft focus makes sense here. I have to pull this in more. There we go. Just add a little bit more there. Pull in a little bit this way. No, I didn't like the big underwater rock, Chuck. It was just taking up too much space. And a little bit warmer. And I kind of like the yellows. I just want to do the luminance though. Got with a $10 C575 camera. I want to see if I can, I would like to light paint this a little bit, but I just don't have, I don't have brushes in Workspace, but it would be nice to really work on the tones up in this tree. And then I need to shift the hue of this brown to be a little bit more, less red, I think. So maybe here. All right, I think I'm out of time. So let me tilt it and I'm done. All right, let's do it before and after. Yeah, I didn't like this giant rock at the bottom. It's just too much empty space. But now at least, I think, you know, the one tree there with the rocks, everything makes sense now to me. Okay. Nice shot, Paula. Nice shot. Okay, let's see what's next here. Crystal ball on some snow. Oh God, I hate winter time. This thing being cut off here at the bottom though, that's the problem. So I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna eyeball this real quick. I don't know if this is, yeah, there we go. Dramatic tone and some saturation. Oh, this is from you, Deb. If I could, I'd do a kaleidoscope version of this. I think that's how you see the world, is like through a kaleidoscope, because everything you send me is like this. Let's do a slight crop. I think a square crop might be just enough anyway. Like so. And let's again pull some of the blacks in. More saturation. All right, let's do a before and after. Let that render, but I think all it needs is a vignette now. About a 10 or 12. And that should do it. Okay, I'm done. So give that a second to render. It looks like just a crystal ball in the backyard here, right? With some snow. Snow or ice or something. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, thank you, Nature. You always say my edits are good. Oh, let's see. This is from Neo. We're using EM10 Mark III with a 12mm f2. Oh, one of my favorite lenses, ISO 200, 1/500. So yeah, good settings. Good settings on this. Um, let's do some skewing and stuff, and then I'll crop it. So or keystone comp, whatever you want to call it. This way. A little bit more. Right about there. All right, let's put some gradation back in. And let's see, are we on Vivid? No, let's do a Vivid shot of this. Let's do this in Vivid. Let's really bring the colors out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken this a little bit. And then bring it back up in the tone curve. Maybe. Like so. More wonky hammer needed, yeah. I'm just maybe a little bit too much saturation. All right, we're getting there. Now let me work on the composition a little bit. I'm gonna get rid of some of this whole. Let's stay 16 by 9, but vertical, and just no. Let's stay 4 by 3, but just come in right about there. All right. Needs a slight tilt, and I think I'm done. Some individual color control. Let me see if I can save some of the yellow here. Oh, set the natural. Dang it. And push the greens out. Now let's bring the saturation back in. All right, I think I'm done. Yeah, all the I just use a window on the chat thing. Fortunately, we don't get a lot of trolls and things in my chat, so for now I can still just leave it open for everybody to see. So you get to see all the ones that normally wouldn't show in the stream. But I think I'm done. Okay, let's do a before and after. So the main thing is I just wanted to crop in closer to the people and bring out the colors of that yellow building. That really stands out nicely. And that's it. So yeah, really good shot. Good color and everything in this. Lots of great colors. That yellow and green somehow work. I don't know why. But the yellow and green really work. And then the gray street with the people in it, I like that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We're down to, gosh, 4 more, 5 more. Wow, okay, 4 more. I gotta work fast. Oh, thanks, Plato. Okay, this is a relatively easy one to do. It's just a matter of if I want 2 flowers or 1. I'm going to go with a single flower. Just rule of odds. Let's stick 4x3. That's just too tight. All right. Okay, good. And a pop art filter number 2. And let's work on the, hey Joe, how are you? Let's put in a little gradation and pull in some vignette. Pull off some of the color this way. Joe Morano, the real Joe is here. A little bit less. Let's take all the saturation there and go with the haze and clarity. And I don't know if this is going to work. Let me see. Maybe. Let me start here. Too much blur. I don't like all of this in here. All right. Looking good. I need to pull off some of the yellow. It's just a little bit too strong. And then darken the greens. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, Deb, Joe has a great YouTube channel. If you guys haven't been to Joe Morano's YouTube, you should check it out. He does mostly kind of a photo walk kind of thing, and he shoots with Panasonic. But yeah, I really enjoy his channel too. What the heck did I do to this picture? Why did it render like so ugly? Pulled off too much saturation maybe. Let's try that. All right, I think I'm done. Let's do a before and after. Yeah, so I just wanted to go with a single flower. The double flower thing, you know, the rule of odds thing, it's true. I think things look better in odd numbers. We'll just let that render for a second and then we'll move on. And then I brushed out more or less that stray leaf coming into the frame over here, just above right here. I need to do a little bit more on that, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Okay, let's move on. Good shot, John. He complains a lot and he's an idiot. Oh, this is cool. Need a little bit of horizon correction and gradation. Let's fix the horizon. Go here. Man, I think crop wise though, 4x3 is not working. I think a square crop, some gradation. Let's go back to auto. Warm it up to about 6,000 K. And pull some of the oh, I think that's all this needs, really. Let me see. I think. Oh, we didn't look at the EXIF. Let me see. The Pen F with a 14 to 150 kit lens at f8, ISO 200, 1/500. So I think f5.6 at 1/1000th of a second, you would have froze these birds a little better. The seagulls. And there's just too many of them. I mean, it's always good to have a lot of seagulls, but then the background has to be kind of plain. But the background is very contrasty, so they're not standing out too well. See, like over here, they stand out pretty well, but over here, not so much. Let's see what's over here. Not really any better over there. I'm in a little bit tighter. All right, I think I'm done. That's maybe a little warmer. Some dehaze, clarity. Yeah, the seagull's not standing out. That is a pity. Maybe just a tad warmer. I'm not crazy about this green in the water. Actually, the only thing that might help this is actually soft focus. And then I can pull the shadows back in. All right, now I'm done. So there's my before and after. Yeah, this is a beautiful location. I mean, I would have a hard time composing a shot here myself, to be honest. The location is perfect, but the composition, there's got to be a good composition for this, but just not from this angle or something. But okay, let's move on. Really nice location, but yeah, the composition, it needs some work, like the original shot. Let's see, that's my picture, my picture. Oh, that was the last one to edit. So the rest of these are, the rest of these look like the shot that I gave you guys to edit mine. Oh, thanks, Deb. It was okay. Let's see. Let's look at the original image that I gave you guys. It was where is it? I think it's this one. Nope. Yeah, I think this is the original. Yeah, this is the original image that I took, and this was with a EM10 Mark II with a 14 to 42 kit lens. f5.6 at ISO 500, 1/20th of a second. So it's pretty dark, right? Given the exposure. I haven't edited this picture myself, actually. So let's see what you guys did, though. Let me just put a star there so I remember that's the original. Oh my God, who is this? Dawood? What the heck is going on here? It's like you resized it. I got somehow this got messed up. I don't know if it downloaded wrong or if this was your intent. But that's yeah, I don't know what to do with this. This is crazy. Oh. Now what's this? This is just a negative in green. Oh, this is weird. D. Morkin did this. It is definitely different. You can really see the tones and everything in the brick. This is interesting. It's kind of interesting, actually. I kind of like this. Huh. This is cool. I mean, nobody's straightening the horizon, though. It's because the picture's crooked. Hopefully somebody did. I'm gonna go crazy. Oh, this is good. I like this one. Ivan did this one. Yeah, I like this. This is a really good crop. If you're gonna crop this image, this is a pretty good crop. Let's go to the next one. All right, partial color on the green. That's cool. And you straightened it. It looks like. Looks like it got straightened out a little bit. Who sent this one in? This was from Levante. Okay, Levante, good job. You did a good job on the edit here. I like the partial color. And oh, I like this. This is from Neo. Neo has a really good eye for colors. You did shift the color, it looks like slightly. It's very, very subtle. But it seems like you like the colors in this image as is, because you didn't really change them a lot like you've done in my other images that you've edited. And this is a good square crop. A little more white border though, you know, because you've sent me some with a wider, thicker white border that I like. I think a thicker white border would have been nice, but that's good. You got blasted for crooked pics, Randy? Yeah. That would be me. I'd be that teacher. Like, why didn't you straighten the lines? Fail. This is a good crop too. I like these crops that you guys are doing. I would have never thought of these. And this is excellent. Yeah, and good job on the processing too. It's very different mood than everything because you know the original image was kind of a very I don't know what you call it, pastel-y kind of look, and this took away all the pastels and just made it more grimy somehow, but still nice. I did this one, Von Swartchild. Okay, yeah, I like this. Trevor, maybe. I'll look back and see, Trevor. I don't remember seeing your picture though. That's true. Okay, this is a similar crop. This is good. I like this tighter crop though. A little bit tighter. Who did that? Von Swartchild. I like that tighter crop, and I like this other crop. This vertical. Yeah, this is my favorite crop though, but let me see. This is a good crop too. So this is crop and partial color. So Bob sent this in. Yeah, this is not bad. And we'll skip. Okay, so that's the original again. This was on a photo walk that I did in Alexandria last year or the year before, I can't remember. John Leach sent this in. Wow, you went crazy on the colors, but that's cool. And it's straightened out. Doesn't look like you cropped it all though. Oh, excuse me. But I like, I like punchy colors too. Because the original had almost no color, it was very soft, but this definitely brings out the colors in the image. Oh, this is a good crop too. Gosh, man, you guys are really coming up with some good crops. This is from Joni. And yeah, decent edit. It's still very soft, very muted colors, but a little bit more contrast than the original. And a little bit of shift in the colors too. Like these browns are not quite as red. Yeah, I like this too, right? Oh my God, thank you, Randy. You're so generous today. I appreciate it. You've always been very generous to me though. I appreciate it. This is good too. This is from John. So you kind of kept the soft, muted colors, but then you cropped in. This is a good square crop too. John follows. This looks like a 16 by 9 or a 3 by 2 crop. Can't take it with me. So true, right? So true. I just, yeah, let's not go there. uh, okay. This is good. I'm not crazy about the crop, but I like the processing. The processing is very good. All the colors, just, I don't know, it's just very pleasing, you know, the way you processed it. Just not crazy about this crop. All right, and then here's Deb. He's always finding a face in the image, right? Like you have no idea what this was before. Yeah, my coffee's wearing off. Oh my God. Just playing with the software? Yeah. It doesn't look like you did much else then, other than do a kaleidoscope or something. But you did find a face like you always do, almost like reminds me of Princess Leia a little bit, right? They got the two little buns here on the side, I think, and some angel wings. Yep, I see that, Trevor. That's cool. Okay, let's see what else we got. All right, this is nice too. Music sound gear. Went with a white vignette. I would have reduced the saturation a little bit more. Just to kind of go with the white vignette, but that's it. Other than that, I think it's been processed pretty well. All right, let's go to the next one. Ooh, look at this. This is a very vintage edit here. This, oh yeah, Surge, of course, right? I could almost guess the who edited the picture, you know, without seeing the name. I can almost guess who it is now because you all have your own styles, right? Um, but yeah, I like this. Good vintage, a good vintage edit here, definitely. And you straightened it to somewhat too, which I always appreciate. Randy, good. I like this too. It's kind of sepia, but it's not. It's a little bit off sepia. And I like this crop. It's a little bit. It's almost like a muted sepia. It's hard to explain. There's something about the geometry of where you put that crop though, with this bicycle and this farmer's coat or whatever they call it, farmer trunks, trousers. There's something interesting about this geometry. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it though. But I like how you crop this. I mean, at first I was like, well, this crop's not so great, but then I don't know what, I can't put my finger on the geometry here though, but it's something. But that's cool. Okay. Yeah, I like the processing though. Cream. Thank you, Bob. It's a cream. It's not sepia. It's kind of a creamier kind of thing. Yeah. All right. This is from Trevor. Okay. I mean, you wanted me to edit one of your pictures, but this is your edit of mine. So this is a partial color, and then you really desaturate it, or not desaturate, but lowered the contrast, and just came in really tight on the trousers. So yeah, this works too. Yeah, these are all really good edits. I mean, yeah, these are really good. I think if I picked one, I didn't edit this myself. I just did a little straighten, or just a little bit of a straightening, and then posted straight out of camera. I was kind of happy with it straight out of camera. Um, I feel like I think it was the one that was cropped that I really liked. I think it was this one. This one I can't remember. It was this one or yeah, this one. I think this is my favorite from Von Schwarzschild. I really like this. I like the way he cropped this one. And then the processing is very just vintage looking to me. I think the only thing I would change is maybe brush out these this reflection a little bit, because it kind of takes away from this vintage feel. I'd say that was my favorite. All right, Trevor, let me figure out let me figure out what image you're talking about. I see that one. Oh, you know why, Trevor? Because you sent me a Nikon file. That's why. I have to do it in Lightroom. That's all. So let me do Trevor's in Lightroom real quick, and then I'll be done. Uh, Here we go. So let's go to this and then resynchronize the folder. And it was a Nikon Z7. No kidding. All right. Let me just bring the chat window back in. Okay. All right. So we need to fix the. I need to be in the develop module first, and I need to tilt this. If I remember how to use this, tilt. At least get that straight. Kind of. All right. And Nah, no Nikons. Okay, nature, we'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in. Uh, man, I don't know if I want to just save the shadows on everything. And yeah, this whole foreground is a little bit too busy. So let me crop in. Let me see. We'll stay vertical, but um, I need to get rid of a lot of this foreground. Let's see. Any news from Rick? Yeah, he's recovered, or he's recovering at home now, I think. He stopped in briefly in the last stream just to kind of check in, but he's very tired. You know, he wasn't able to stay during the stream very long. And he did post recently to my forum. He made a short post in my forum. So he's up, but he's definitely still down, you know, in recovery. But I assume the surgery and everything went okay, but it just the recovery is going to be hard. I don't know if it's worth it to save this tower or not, because it's it's just so much of the image, and then I got this thing down here. Let's give it a little more warmth. And I'm going to pull the sky down just a little bit more. I don't like this bench right here. Wow, what a disaster. Let's try heal. Wow, that sucks. All right, we'll leave it. Maybe a smaller brush. All right, I'm going to do one more try here. A little less feathering. All right, there we go. And I think that's it. We can turn this off. Do auto here. And I need something here, clarity or something. All right. I think that's it, Trevor. Let's do a before and after. Oops. So, you know, in Lightroom, it doesn't show the original crop, but I think mostly it's about the Nikon has awesome shadow recovery, so that's really one of the strongest points with Nikon is the shadow recovery. Highlights not so much. You can see the clouds, the highlights didn't come back as well. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, in the foreground with all the grass that was originally there, if you look, all that grass is all that dappley effect just doesn't work. So I had to cut all that out. I think that's I think that works. I mean, the only other thing I would consider is like a very tight crop and just have one couple in here like this. You know, that kind of works, this composition. Whoops. Over a little bit more. I mean, this works for me too. I kind of like this too, actually. Because now you can see the sailboat, you can see the couple, and you don't need to see the whole tower, honestly, in a shot like this. And the couple sitting there is kind of framed by the tree and the clouds and everything else, right? It just, when you crop in this close though, you can see the you can see that it's a little bit not straight, something like that. Yeah, there we go. The tower is the story, huh, Randy? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, either edit to me works. If I was there though, I like this edit better. I would have cropped in really tight and not try to get the whole tower in. But oh, there's a way to go back. Oh, here, history. I think, yeah. I think you like this edit a little better, right, with the tower? Yeah, they're only just bricks, right? Oh, because you're a history guy. Okay. Anyway, this is the other edit. I should have done a better job on brushing out this other blue bench down here, because that doesn't need to be there. It's a little distracting, but other than that, we're good. All right, I think that's it for this week. I still want to be able to figure out a way you guys can send your pictures in so that they can be edited by everybody and come back. But my problem is trying to figure out, like, let's say I say, okay, you can send your pictures here if you want people to edit them, right? Like, you guys edit my picture. I don't know how to pick one. I guess I'll have to be the judge of which one to have edited by everybody as a group versus like just putting them all there and then I don't know. But it'll probably what I'll have to do is put a link in my forum that will show all of the edits, right? I don't know. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, awesome editing session today, though. I'm pretty happy with the edits I did today. I mean, because most of the images were exposed pretty well, so I didn't have to, all the heavy lifting was done. I just had to just do a little bit, right? So, but that was a lot of fun. This edit, I like this edit too that I just did with this Nikon. But okay, everyone, you have a good weekend. I'll be back on Sunday, and we'll do this again. All right.